The dog suddenly stood up. She seemed to sense a great danger. She immediately pushed her puppies into the kennel. Then she barked toward the house, trying to warn the people inside to leave quickly, but they could not understand her barking. While they were confused, the teacup on the table began to shake. The house started to tremble violently. They finally realized it was an earthquake, but it was too late to escape. The windows shattered in an instant. The house collapsed with a roar. They were trapped under the rubble. The dog saw her owners in danger. She struggled desperately to break free from the rope. She rushed to the ruins. She kept digging with her paws. Even though her paws were bleeding, she refused to stop. She dug while barking at the rubble, trying to wake her owners. Hearing the dog barking outside, the girl slowly opened her eyes. She turned her head and tried to wake her grandfather. Seeing this, the dog barked even louder, but the grandfather was still unconscious. They could not move. Suddenly, the dog seemed to hear something. She immediately ran in that direction. Not far away, there were two rescue workers. The dog ran over, excitedly biting their clothes. They thought the dog was playing and pushed her aside, but the dog refused to leave. One of them realized something was wrong. He knelt down and asked if her owners were trapped. The dog looked serious. She turned and sprinted back to the ruins. They followed her at once. The dog led them onto the debris, barking non-stop, signaling that someone was underneath. The two men began the rescue immediately. They soon freed the girl and her grandfather. A rescue helicopter arrived at the site. Because the grandfather was severely injured, they took him first. When it was the girl's turn, she cried and refused to leave, begging them to take the dog. But the helicopter could only carry the elderly and children. Even though she was unwilling, they had to take the girl away. The dog watched the helicopter depart. She ran desperately on the ground chasing it, but the helicopter flew faster and higher. The dog became exhausted. In the end, she could only watch it disappear. The dog did not understand the separation, but she believed her owner would not abandon her, so she chose not to leave. She stayed by the ruins with her puppies. She survived on the food left in the debris. The food was scarce. She gave everything to her puppies while she watched from the side. Months passed. The earthquake was finally over. The girl returned to their destroyed home, but no matter how they called, the dog did not appear. The girl burst into tears. A strong sense of guilt overwhelmed her. She feared the dog might have died. At that moment, a weak bark was heard. It was the puppies. They were still alive, but the mother dog was nowhere to be found. The girl kept calling loudly until her voice turned hoarse. Just when she was about to lose hope, she saw in the distance a dirty limping dog walking slowly toward them. It was her dog. The girl ran to her at once. The dog struggled to run toward her owner. They embraced tightly. After months of waiting, the dog finally reunited with her family. Tears streamed down their faces.